Hey everybody, Mr. Gajewski here. Today we're going to be playing 2048. All right. So I've seen a lot of different people playing this in class, and I have not seen a ton of strategy. So let's talk about that today. So the main goal here is we're going to work towards one edge, and more specifically one corner. For me, and this will work for any corner, I like to work in the bottom right. So all of my motions, all my commands are going to be right and down. Very rarely will I go up. I will start going up once I have this column filled. And then only when we absolutely have to will we move left. So again, I'm working in this corner, so I'm going to work down and right. And then once I fill in here, I might have to go up. So it looks something like this. And the goal here is we want to get a little bit of a waterfall action in the game. So right there, I had to go up. It's fine. Now I can work in the top right corner. All right. A little bit of an issue here. Let's see if I can get this 8 out of the bottom. Got a 16. Yep. All right, we're almost there. Now, ideally, we want our biggest tile to be down here. Now, I got to a situation where I couldn't go right. I couldn't go down. I had to go up, and when I went up, this got filled in. So now we got to find a way to get a 64 here. Once we get a 64 here of 128, we can mash that 128, get us a 256. There we go. Okay, so now again, what I want to do here in this situation, I have all this filled up. Ideally, I want to have a 4 here. The 4 becomes an 8. Then I can mash that down into an 8, and it kind of has what's called a waterfall effect. So let's see what we can do. Right. Okay, so now again, I can't move right, I can't move down, so I am going to have to move up here. Okay. Now, normally, right, we want to move right, we want to move down, but which one's going to be smarter here? Well, if I move right, I'm going to end up sliding this 2 down into this corner. So again, we want our biggest piece in this bottom right corner. So my very next move is going to be down. I can slide to the right. Oop, didn't want to do that. But luckily, nothing spawned underneath the 256. One of the things I want to talk about with this game is I actually do like this game from an educational standpoint. The reason being, in 8th grade, we do talk a little bit about powers of 2 and exponents. This really kind of helps me learn my powers of 2, right? 2, 4, 8, 16, 32, 64, and so on. The more familiar we are with these numbers, the easier it is to play the game. I'm going to play this out, see if I can get the 2048 tile here. Oh boy, so now I'm in a bad spot. Can't go right, can't go up, can't go down. I'm going to have to go left. Again, hopefully nothing spawns here. If the new tile spawns, the higher the better in this situation. If this 512 gets kicked out here and gets stuck out here, we're going to be in trouble. So let's see what happens. Okay, very nice. Best case scenario there. See if we can work our way back in. Okay, 4, 8, 16. Probably give me a 2 up above. Oh boy. Okay, that worked. Let's see here. I'm looking for. Yes. Okay, now in this situation, if I go up, I can make a 16 here, then slide that in, give me a 32. But then I'm going to have a hard time. I'm still going to have this 16 here. So I'm going to have a hard time getting this 32 to this spot. So let's mash these together. All right, this will make 16, 32, 64. Then we can move that 64 in here. So let's go down. We'll go down again. Let's move down again. Right, up, and there we go. Okay, now I'm going to work for that 16. See if we can get a really good waterfall set up here. So if we go 64, 128, 256, that'll get me all the way to the 1024. If I can get a 64 up here, we're already at 32. Okay, we're getting close. Right now, this is that waterfall action I'm talking about. Now, when I go down, again, I want to try and keep this row filled in. So if anything spawns up here, we're going to move to the right and we're going to slide that in. Okay, so let's go right. Now, again, we could go here. Let's go right. So we try and keep this row filled in. That's an important note there too. Once I have nothing in here, I just want to keep mashing that button right as much as I can. I want to avoid the downs because, again, I want to keep this row filled in. If I go down too early, I'm going to end up like right there, mashing some of these tiles in. I'm not going to fill out this row as efficiently as I want. Here. Boy, I went a little too aggressive there. Let's go here. Bit of a squeeze, but don't panic. Just take your time. Let's see here. We can get a 64 here and move it here. We can move him down and try and make a 16 up here. Let's try and make a 64 and then slide it down. There we go. Okay, we're getting there. So again, let's try and fill in that right column before we waterfall. See if we can get a 4. Yep, there we go. Obviously, the longer you go, the more pieces you need to get those tiles. Let's go up. Come on, let's get it to. All right. Do we want to go? Let's go down and right. Make a 64 into a 128. And let's go up. Let's slow down a little bit here. It's getting jammed up a tiny bit. If we can get a 16, if we can get an 8 somewhere in here, that'll clear things up. And that should do it. All right, that is it for this video. I hope those tips helped. And again, if I ever catch you playing 2048 in my classroom, you better be using this strategy. Thanks for watching. Smash like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time, gamers.